Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I will be filming for you a YouTube tutorial on my favorite foundation for a dewy, light, natural feel on the skin. I've had a lot of people ask me, hey, what foundation would you recommend out of the ones that you use? What's your holy grail? What's your favorite? And I realized that, I don't know if you guys are like this as well, like I realized that you have so many different foundations and you try lots of different products so that you can see what works for you skin. Obviously what works for my skin might not necessarily work for your skin. Like I have normal to combination skin. Sometimes depending on the weather, it can either go too dry or it can become really oily, and my oily areas would be like my T-zone area. So I thought actually I need to do an in-depth tutorial on this to tell you what I like about each of my foundations that I do have and why I like each one, what the benefits about them, what's in these products, and what type of skin type it would suit. So yeah, I'm just gonna go straight into this.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
So let's just dive into this. First I was like, how shall I break down everything so that you guys understand what I'm talking about, and at the same time I'd want to show you what each foundation looks like on my skin also. So I was like, okay, I definitely can't do all of my foundations, from my more natural light coverage foundations to my medium full coverage foundations. So I have split this video into two parts. This is part one, and in this video I will show you all of the light, natural looking, more dewy finish foundations. Now, first thing that you guys need to bear in mind is that when we are talking about, or when you are looking for a foundation which is more of the finish is more natural, more radiant, more dewy, the type of foundation you're going for is very light. It is quite liquidy and it has more of a luminous feel to it as it's constantly hydrating your skin. If you're somebody who has oily skin, personally, unless you're using a good primer to prep your skin, I would stay away from this range of foundations, purely because you want to try and prevent your skin sitting on a product which is also going to keep the product seeping through and allowing your oils to seep through. Now, obviously the way to rectify that, which I obviously do sometimes also, is by applying powders, primers to prevent that from happening, and using setting sprays, because my T-zone definitely does get oily, and especially when the weather's really hot. And by the way, the foundation that I have on my skin currently is one of the natural radiant foundations, which, stay tuned guys and I'll tell you exactly what it is. So the first foundation is NARS Luminous foundation. The coverage is very minimal, but you can build, and for like an everyday foundation, it doesn't come on cakey or heavy on the skin at all. But yes, I wouldn't say like this is amazing for covering marks. Yeah, it's in this area here where I've just applied it. So you do get a luminous sort of feel on the skin. The shade that I use is xoxoxo. So this is how it comes onto the skin. It's very luminous, very lightweight, basically like you've got nothing on your skin. You do get like a photo finish, but you would have to apply quite a lot to get coverage, like especially like my extraction scar here. Now guys, I have had this for yonks. Like I love this foundation. My shade is xoxoxo and I absolutely love this, especially when you want a super light finish on your skin. When you don't want too much makeup on your face, this is definitely one that I tend to go for, and I used to go for a lot more than I do now because there's new foundations I'm generally becoming more of a fan of. With the NARS, it also has 40 shades. It's £33.50. I do think it's quite expensive of a product considering the Dewy is cheaper. Can you believe it? Like seriously. However, once again, you can build on your coverage. You can get this looking more medium to full coverage if you just apply it a bit more, which I don't generally like to do. If I'm looking for a super light finish, then I'll go for that with just one layer on my face. The other thing about this is that it is paraben free, alcohol free, fragrance free, which I think with foundations, I don't like them to have fragrances. However, you will see in my next video, my favorite foundation contains fragrance. Luckily, I don't break out to it, so it's okay. Can they just get rid of fragrance from foundations? Like, why? Why do you need it? You don't need it. You really don't need it. Second one that I'm going to show is the Magic Foundation by Tilbury. So I'm just going to apply this onto my skin, and it's a little bit more thicker in consistency compared to the NARS. But you definitely get a skin-like feel. The shade is medium Moen. As you can see, all of these foundations, I'm literally like on the last drops of them because I do use them. This is not like a promotion video of any other foundations. I generally use them and I've tried them out and I give them second goes if I don't like them the first time. One of the things about this Charlotte Tilbury foundation, I absolutely do love it. However, I feel like you have to be so cautious with the shade that you're buying. Product actually oxidizes, which I don't like. I don't see why you're buying a foundation and then you go out and then it becomes darker a couple of hours later just because you've been exposed to sunlight or just air outside, oxygen. So that's one of the things, like if you're trying it on in the shop, just be careful. A couple of hours later it will change on your face. Good thing about Charlotte Tilbury's range is the fact that they have so many different shades of foundation, and it does also contain that same ingredient, so it helps smooth the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, etc. So it just gives you that glowy finish to the skin. I do want to try her new one and see how that is because apparently that's supposed to be better. This is the Dior backstage, and once again this is super light as well. So getting to number three. Number three is what I'm wearing on my face right now, and I do really love this foundation. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I want a natural finish on my skin, I either go to the L'Oreal True Match or the Dior. Like they have become my holy grails, and I feel like it's worth the money. Like it's not even super expensive. So this is actually $29.50. Can you believe this is cheaper than the Born This Way? Like I'm so shocked about that. This product is amazing. You can build on this. If you just apply one drop onto your skin, it's basically near enough to you not even wearing any foundation on your skin. It's amazing. However, you can layer it and add a couple of drops more and build on how much coverage you want. Your finish will always still be quite luminous, quite glowy looking, and quite skin-like, which is amazing. This actual range, you get 40 shades with 16 intensities and 6 different undertones. Now, I feel like that's really impressive for a foundation because you can definitely find the exact color that you're looking for. Now, I keep bouncing between two colors, which is 4N and 45W. Both of these are kind of needed depending on how much I've been tanned. One of the other things about it, which is amazing for when you're in extreme hot weather, is the fact that it's water resistant, it's heat resistant, it's sweat resistant. Literally the list goes on. No matter what you're doing, this is perfect for you to wear all day long without it shifting or budging. I think that's such an important part of a product. And also the other property that this has is it's got this ingredient chemical called demi-theco. I think that's how you pronounce it. What this does is create a barrier on your skin, which means that your products won't go into your pores. So it kind of blurs your pores, your sort of, if you've got marks, whatever, it tends to blur it out. That's obviously a good part of having in your primers and in your foundation. It's just creating that extra level of blur. Clearly it's the wrong shade and I've changed in skin color. Even with this, it's the wrong shade for me. My skin tone has now changed a little. However, it's also lightweight, but this just has a bit more coverage. Once again, I do really like this foundation. I think it's really good. You can build on this. So this one is a medium to full coverage foundation, but at the same time, it's for obviously skin types who are not looking for like a matte finish. You get a really nice dewy finish with this foundation. At the same time, it's oil-free. It has moisturizing properties inbuilt into it. So it's fully packed with hyaluronic acid, coconut water, alpine rose extract, which really help nourish the skin. So whilst you're wearing this foundation, your skin's being replenished, which is amazing. This, however, comes in 35 shades. So I feel like for me, my skin tone is so weird. Like sometimes it is one of the most common types of skin types you would get, and then boom, I've like gotten tanned or whatever, and and then it changes. Now in this shade, I use the shade Golden in this color, and normally that works fine for me. But when you look at my little review clip, it's a lot lighter on my skin, and on camera, it seems to come a lot more light, appear a lot more lighter than what it is in natural light. So that's one of the negatives for me for this foundation. Like, I don't like that part of it. However, obviously once you set it with anti sort of glare powders, etc., you don't get that effect. But when you just wear the foundation alone, like, you'll see it just makes it look a little bit ashy, which I don't like. The other thing about this foundation, it doesn't have SPF in there, which means, I guess, for people who have sensitive skin or don't like SPFs in their foundation, this is probably something that you could go for. I'm just getting some onto my brush, and I've always just felt that this one just gives so much more coverage, even though it's so lightweight compared to the others. Because remember, I'm not using color corrector for a reason. But if you look at this, it's so much more coverage, but it's still really light. Now guys, you know from previous videos how much I have gone on about loving this product. The best thing about this is not only that obviously its price range is so amazing, but the fact that you have 40 shades. This product itself gives you a very natural skin true coverage which you can build on, but at the same time you get a skin-like feel throughout. This product is super blendable, which makes it amazing for any individual who's using it. You don't have to be a highly skilled artist to be able to use this foundation. So that's, I think, one of the biggest plus points, to be fair. This foundation does have SPF, and it's got SPF 17. Now, I feel like, yes, that's an advantage, but at the same time, there are a lot of people who have sensitive skin and hence break out as a result of SPF within their foundation. I love this foundation. This product is actually suitable for sensitive skin type, but obviously everyone's skin is different. So I find it a bit weird when people write that in their products. I understand that they've been tested and they're dermatologically fine to use. However, everyone's skin type is so different. So unless you've not used it, you will never know. One of the other plus points about this foundation is the fact that it's enriched with a lot of vitamin B12 and provitamins, and this really helps, obviously, help your skin staying nourished throughout wearing foundation on your face. And it's got anti-pollutant properties, so especially if you're somebody who likes to wear foundation all the time and wants to apply a minimal amount of this foundation, come on guys, it's a bonus of the fact that, especially if you live in a highly polluted area, this will help protect your skin. For me, this is a no-brainer. Now, I know I've not done sort of more, I've not spoken negative about any of the foundations. Like, it is what it is. They just don't seem to work for me. If they work for you, that's amazing. The other one that I wanted to speak about, which is the MAC Water Weight foundation, which has SPF 30. Now, I don't know how you feel, but I'm not a huge fan of the foundations by MAC. My skin either feels like it's too orange or like it's too brown or ashy looking. Like, I feel like I've not found a shade that completely works for me. And the other thing is that I've found that the finish on my skin always feels super heavy. Like, I just don't know why. I do have like prominent smile lines and a few fine lines, and I feel like for some reason it might be the way I'm applying it, but I feel like it just sinks into that and it makes it quite prominent. Yeah, this was the other foundation that I have, which is also quite luminous and lightweight. Well, you can build on the coverage. That is it, guys. I thought if I continued, I would have been here for another God knows how long trying to explain to you the second part of the video. I thought, why don't you go and take in this information, because I know I have overloaded you with information. But yeah, take this information and let me know what your thoughts are. And if you've tried any foundations which gives you that light, dewy finish and that is more natural looking, please do comment below, because honestly I'm always looking for foundations that I can go out and purchase and try, because I like to review them and I want to share with you what my honest feedback is. Definitely comment below, let me know if you've got any that I should try. So yeah, like, I hope you've enjoyed this video and I hope you found it helpful. I'm sorry if I've overloaded you with information. Yeah, I hope it's been knowledgeable for you to know of these foundations, because if you do want to go out and buy them, I hope this gives you some form of an indication. Thank you so much guys for watching. As always, please don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to turn on the notification bell, because as always, I do always upload content on a Monday and a Friday every week. You will always have amazing stuff coming your way. For this actual review of foundations, I do have a part 2. I will be discussing all of the foundations which fall into the category of more matte, medium to full coverage foundations. If you're looking for that incredible flawless finish, you will honestly want to purchase these foundations. I'm not even joking. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Love you always, and thank you so much for all of the love that you give me. Take care, guys. Bye.